Great Britain, a small damp island located off the coast of Europe. Join me, a Canadian, as I travel around the UK to places that aren't in London. And I'll be sharing my honest observations of the UK. Shall we begin? Now, as a Canadian, wintertime can be a pretty intense time period, so I was delighted to see blue skies, no ice and snow on the ground, and greenery in the UK. Let's see how Toronto's doing right now. But to be fair, I only had a few days of blue skies before it turned into 50 shades of grey, and not the sexy kind. I saw grey skies, grey clouds, grey mist, grey drizzle, and grey water, like the drainage system. We need to work on this. And on my last trip to the UK, I discovered that British people don't consider all types of rain to be wet. But I do, so this time I brought a rain jacket and a little rain cover and an umbrella absolutely everywhere I went. Yet, I was still damp constantly. And turns out, mild weather plus lots of rain creates a whole new winter element that I wasn't prepared for. The sticky icky. Ah yes, look at me, a Canadian weirdo, making a video of what? Mud. Now, I know you're thinking, come on, you've definitely seen and experienced mud in your life. Like I have, but I've never experienced such viscous, sticky, slippery, sludgy, like everywhere all over the UK, there's mud, and people just willy-nilly walk through it as if it doesn't exist. This is like the whole rain is not wet, mud does not exist. How do you live with white shoes? I was wearing these ridiculous hiking boots in order to fight off the mud splashes everywhere, but people were just trudging on through. Defying all science, the ground was both spongy to walk on, yet not absorbing any of the water, so it created a slip and slide everywhere you went. I apologize to all the lads and ladies that I have mocked on the internet when I see them falling, because you truly can't avoid it. I mean, look at it. It's just so thick. Wow. We've traveled to the city of Nottingham, and if that name sounds familiar to you, you are correct. It is from Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. That's right, the entire town was built for the production of that movie. There's even a statue in the square dedicated to Kevin Costner, though it doesn't really look like him as Robin Hood, but you know, what can you do? The budget was low. And before I upset too many people from the UK, I know Nottingham is a real city and that Robin Hood is based off of it and not the other way around. Look, my weird sense of humor is because I was raised on Monty Python, so technically, it's your fault that I'm this way. But I digress. I'm going to see the most exciting thing I've ever heard of inside of a historical castle. An ancient pub! We're heading to Ye Olde Trip to Jerusalem, or as the locals call it, the Trip. And it was built in 1189 AD. And the coolest part about it is that it's located below the castle. And technically, it wasn't even a pub. It's where they used to store the beer for the king, and the king would be like, "Get me thy royal beer," and they would pull it up from a hole in the ground. You can see it, they'll show you it. So this has kind of been turned into a pub after that. And it's got some great history lore. Apparently, King Richard and the Knights of the Round Table drank here before heading off to do, whatever they were going to do with Kevin Costner and Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. It's wonky, it's built out of frickin' cave. What more do you want from a pub? I'll tell you what I want. Beer and food.
That's great British news. Yes. Yeah, that's terrific. Thank you.
Oh, that's good. I had some big life lessons at this pub. I asked the server if I could have the Sunday roast, but it was Thursday, and she was like,
"No, girl, it's only on Sundays."
And so I realized that wasn't the name of a meal. It's actually only allowed to be served on Sundays. And side note, I see that Korea's domination of the world continues. It has managed to even infiltrate an ancient British pub. I went for the turkey roast, and to be bamboozled again, it was served with a pig in blankets. I didn't know what a pig-in blanket was, but I went for it anyways. Turns out a pig-in blanket is a tiny little sausage wrapped in bacon. So I get it now, pig-in blanket. A little bit of dark humor for you there. And might I just say, what excellent boiled potatoes. It's been many years since I've had such an exemplary vegetable. Just joking, they were crispy duck fat potatoes, hell yeah. Despite not getting my Sunday roast, the turkey roast was a warm Christmas hug. And be wary, fellow travelers to the UK, the Sunday roast can literally only be served on Sunday. Dan went for the steak and ale pie, which is great because it was my second choice. As he cut into it, it looked so soft, buttery, and absolutely packed to the brim. And I don't even need to tell you how it is, just watch his reaction as he enjoys his first bite.
It's a great bit of steak.
We really enjoyed our time at the trip. We spent a couple of hours here actually eating and drinking and just being merry. I would give this 5 out of 5 Robin Hoods, and I would absolutely come back here again. We recently moved back from living in Japan, and I loved taking the trains everywhere that I went. So considering we were going to 4 different cities in the UK, we decided to take the train there. Personally, I enjoy the view from a train much better than sitting in a car. You get to pass by different villages and towns and bigger cities, and you get to observe all the different train stations, which are sometimes so old and have such incredible architecture, and everyone's just walking past like, whatever. Now, if you're planning on visiting the UK and taking the train, here's a little bit of advice from someone who just experienced it. When you're booking tickets for the standard carriage, there's an option to reserve your seat. And I was like, well, that's great, we're gonna go with that. But then once we got on the train, people would be sitting in your reserved seat. And when you told them, like, oh, hey, this is a reserved seat, you had to kind of negotiate with them to get them out of your seat. So that was a bit unusual for me. So just heads up on that. And one more tip, make sure you compare the standard cart to first class, because when we were booking, we managed to get an upgrade for just a few pounds more. Which is where I came across this amazing paper cup technology of the future. Look at this. Like a whimsical origami lid, the mouthpiece folds back and tucks perfectly into a pre-punctured little tab hole, and because the mouthpiece is so wide, you don't burn your face off when drinking tea. Wow, who said Japan had all the technology? Look at the UK. And also, these sticky lemon drizzle squares were super fantastic. I had myself a great time on the train. Alright, so in the UK, they have hot water and cold water divided in separate faucets when you go to the washroom. And I don't understand how to use the system, because you have to like turn on the hot, then you turn on the cold, then I try to like splash my hands to get like warm. So please, somebody tell me how you use washroom faucets when they have separate heat controls. Or are you just not washing your hands at all? Ya filthy animals. Now, if you visit the UK, I really have to recommend visiting a local pub where you can observe the British people in their natural habitat. Plus, get a great pint. Or a cider, whatever you want. The other thing you should indulge in is traditional pork scratchings. Now, this is like an ancient British pub snack, and I am really annoyed with people slating this kind of food as being gross. I mean, I lived in Korea for 8 years where we grilled things like samgyeopsal and pork fat all the time. So this just basically felt to me like pocket samgyeopsal. I mean, it is delicious. There's nothing that's going to go wrong with it. Now be aware, because it has been deep fried, there are some extremely crunchy bits that you have to get through, but that crunch is deep fried pork fat. It's salty, it's creamy, it's crunchy, and it's delicious. Now, if you're not able to eat pork, might I recommend getting a bag of chips, or as they call it in the UK, crisps. Those crazy Brits coming up with all these new words. One day they'll catch up to us in North America. All jokes aside, ordering a bag of chips is actually not very common in Canadian bars, so I really enjoyed this. It paired nicely with my beer, wine, and the other beverages I enjoyed when I was at a British pub. If you're visiting the UK, give pubs, pork scratchings, and bags of chips a chance. Oh, sorry, I mean a bag of crisps.
Jetty holidays you can trust and treasure protected.
Nothing beats a jet-to holiday. I was pretty shocked when this came on because I thought it was an internet meme, but turns out it's a real commercial. One of my favorite things to do when visiting the UK is watch British TV. I love quiz and comedy shows. Taskmaster, Would I Lie to You, and Big Fat Quiz of the Year are some of my favorites. However, there is one show that I became addicted to. It is a cultural phenomenon in the UK, and it's called Gogglebox. How to describe it? Imagine normal folks living all over the UK just watching specific clips of television of all genres and reacting to it. That's it. That's the whole show. Yet, it is so addictive. Now, if you're a fan of the show, we have something very special for you today because we managed to get a hold of a never-before-seen clip. Enjoy this from Gogglebox.
In Wiltshire, Giles and his wife Mary.
We're watching a video from the YouTube today, Nutty.
It's YouTube, Mary. It's called YouTube.
The YouTube is what I said.
There's no the. It's just YouTube.
YouTube.
Like tube as in the television, and you as in you or I.
I can't tell if you're pulling my leg or not.
Very true.
It's a very silly name. You've got little crumbled pieces of seasoned beef in there. They've got mustard greens inside of it and green onions. It's kind of got the texture of like oatmeal or porridge. You can add crumbled egg, you can add seafood. Is she putting vegetables in her porridge, Nutty?
It's like putting bacon into your cornflakes.
Oh, don't even say it, Giles.
Bacon in the cornflakes with the milk on
Nutty,
top.
no. I don't want to visualize it,
Do you know
Nutty.
what? It sounds quite delicious.
Oh, my dinner has been ruined. What the?
Look, Mary, it's the alien abductions.
Oh.
It's not a lie. You keep telling me these things
Not
aren't
this
true,
again,
but
Nutty.
they are real. They're very real.
I want to go to Italy, Nutty. I get FOMO when I see my friends traveling.
Why would you want to go to Italy, Nutty? We have a perfectly good Italian bakery section in our local Tesco's.
I'm just using Saily. It's my favorite eSIM provider. I had it downloaded to my phone like years ago, and so I can just get data instantly in another country. An eSIM? What is an eSIM, Nutty? Is it those small chips we have to put into our phones when traveling?
No, that's an old chippy. The E is an electronic SIM card. You just do it on your phone. There's no chippy. You don't need a chippy anymore,
It's
dear.
so irritating
You don't need the
when
chippy.
you say it that way.
But you don't need a chippy anymore.
Oh, Nutty, stop it, Nutty. Now you're just doing it on purpose.
Chippy.
It's so easy, actually. I just pick the country, I select the data plan, and my data will work instantly when I arrive at my destination. Mamma mia!
But why would I need data while I'm on holiday? Can't I could just use my Wi-Fi.
Oh, honestly, get with the times, Nutty. You want to send photos to friends and to family and to get directions to where you're going, Nutty.
I like maps. I like to study my maps.
You
so
do like maps, Nutty.
Is that data?
It's
Is that data
oh,
too?
honestly, I think you're just doing this to annoy me now,
I think
Nutty.
everything is data now. Mary, what isn't data?
Your brain, Nutty.
There's plenty of data in there.
And a good thing I had a reliable eSIM provider, such as Saily, already downloaded to my phone. What is that on the screen, Nutty?
It's a quick response code, Mary.
Oh, what?
It's a quick response code. It's a QR code. You use your phone and you scan it.
That can't be.
You scan it
That can't be true.
and it will show you the website.
Nutty,
Look,
How did you-
it's even applied the promo
how
code.
have you done this, Nutty?
Well, it's through the quick response code.
Back to Canada.
You know, the visual effects, rather terrible on this, aren't
Very poor.
they? This is what happens when you don't let the BBC take control, Mary.
Gotta try these when you come here. Gotta. Peanutty, chili-like. 10 out of 10. Would recommend.
Well, Nutty, I quite like this channel. I quite like everything that they're talking about, and I think I'm going to subscribe.
What do you mean subscribe?
I'm going to subscribe and I'm going to be informed of the videos that they make in the future.
Does it arrive in the post?
Well, it's on the internet, Natty. It's on the internet.
And if you've never been to Conjure Queen... And now for a small selection of things that excite me. One of the nights I was sleeping, I was awoken to a rattling sound and discovered that people still deliver milk in the UK in glass containers. This was delightful and exciting to me because I thought that was something that died off many, many years ago. But I guess not. I want someone to deliver milk to my front door. Now, this will be extremely mundane to everybody living in the UK, but double-decker buses still delight me. Every time I see them, I'm like, ha 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 ha, that bus is double the size. I've always wanted to ride a double-decker bus, specifically upstairs on a double-decker bus, and I finally had my dreams come true. Yeah, some people travel to Disneyland, some people travel to Tokyo. I traveled to Sheffield, and I got a front row seat on my first double-decker and was actually trying to contain my excitement while all the normal British people around me were just like, it's a bit late, it's a bit tight, it's a bit steamy. I was living my best life. For the longest time, I thought this was indicating a public toilet, and then I finally had to stop and read it properly. To let, which apparently means to rent. Show me you're in Bristol without telling me you're in Bristol. Ooh, a Canadian favorite, the old Timmy Ho-Hos. I don't want to come across as childish here, but Titcombe. I mean, I don't need to say anything else about this. Meet me at the corner of Titcombe. Am I even saying it right? I'm honestly baffled by what's happening here. This is a public phone booth, but then there's Wi-Fi here. So, like, are you trying to get us to plug into a public phone to get what? I'm so confused. If you need Wi-Fi, just get Saily. No need to travel back to the year 2000. The never-ending school trip. Now, I'm assuming if you were born and raised in the UK, every day could basically be a school trip in your mind. You guys are just phasing out all the ancient stuff around you because you probably actually had to come here on a school trip at some point. But for me, someone born and raised in Canada, this is awesome. Plus, I'm old now, so I'm excited about stuff like, look at this huge grand room and these ridiculous ceilings. This mirror is bigger than my house. People actually lived here? Look at the size of this frame. What do you mean this is a real painting? Like, shouldn't this be in a museum? Am I allowed to be around it? There's just ye olde stuff flying around. Ooh, an ancient vibrator. Who said the Brits weren't having fun back in the day? Now you know this should be destroyed because it's probably filled with a haunted spirit. I am the ghost of Christian Horner's career. So to my friendly viewers in the UK, if you see some excited tourists taking photos in front of ancient things or in front of a building that was once inside of a movie, cut us a little slack, you know? This might be our first time ever being in front of anything so old. Now, if you're born and raised in the UK, I'm sure that you walk past Shrubbery and drive past Shrubbery on a daily basis. We would call these bushes in Canada. And at first I was incredibly impressed by how straight and well-maintained your shrubbery is. I mean, look at how long this goes on for. I feel like someone spent their entire day just maintaining this beautiful bush. But then I started to look closer and I realized your shrubbery is incredibly deadly. We're talking about leaves with knives. I have so many questions about growing up here as a child now. Like, surely there must have been a time period where you lost your balance and fell into a bush, or someone was a horrible bully and pushed you into it. Please let me know in the comment section if you've had any terrifying experiences with it, because gosh darn it, it is a really terrifying part of nature. Shrubbery with knives. Now, I would say most of the people living in the UK will walk past a thatched roof cottage in the countryside and just be like, I don't know, it's like a ye olde countryside home, it's no big deal. But there are some of you who will look at a thatched roof cottage and think of Trogdor! Burning it in the countryside, burning it in the peasants, burning it in all the people in the thatched roof cottages! Thatched roof Trogdor comes in the night. So yeah, just wanted to, share with the class what I was thinking as I walked past these thatched roof cottages. And if you're still here watching this video after that, thanks so much. I'm sure there's hundreds of us that think the same thing when we walk past thatched roof cottages. Right? Right, guys? Right? We're off on a countryside adventure to the quaint village of Bakewell in our friend's very cool van. While a drive in the countryside sounds relaxing on paper, turns out the curving and twisting of roads was much more like being the passenger of 007 while he's maneuvering around the edge of a mountain. Like, it was so foggy this day, we couldn't see the edge. Please enjoy this real-time clip of me reacting to this unfolding situation.
Be aware of squiggles, Dave.
I'll be aware of squiggles.
So scary. We're going into nowhere land.
It really does feel like that, doesn't it?
Oh my gosh. A human. Why are you walking out here, sir?
Yeah, that guy kind of came out of nowhere then.
Yeah, because it's so you can't see shit.
There's a guy there.
And I'd like to say our friend is an excellent and very safe driver. I just am not used to having curvy, single-lane roads. We're used to pretty straight, long roadways, and usually it's 2 or sometimes even 3 lanes wide.
Well British.
Dearest viewer, I am writing to tell you of the romantic yet tragic times that have befallen upon me. As you know, I am a fan of Jane Austen and her delightful tale Pride and Prejudice. It's both clever and romantic, and whenever I am moved by the view of a beautiful cliff, I always think of Lizzie.
And although I wasn't dressed for the part, I couldn't resist a dramatic cliffside spin in honor of Lizzie from Pride and Prejudice. No, Mr. Darcy, I hate you. No.
I don't need anyone. Look at this beautiful breeze and wind. All I need is this cliff and this cliffside view. The sun, a breeze, a duck, a book. I don't need... Wait, how much? How much money does he have?
Fine, Mr. Darcy, I will marry you.
Suck on that, Lydia, you spoiled little tramp.
Well, we were visiting a friend in Sheffield when he suggested a drive to the countryside to see a manor house with a free Christmas market. We saw quaint villages, and as we walked through a misty British countryside field, I couldn't help feel that it resembled the iconic heart-pounding end scene when Mr. Darcy emerges on foot through the mist. Of course, I had to do a reenactment. Yes, perfect. Eventually, we saw a manor house in the misty distance, but it was an impromptu visit, so we didn't buy tickets to view the inside of the home. We enjoyed the free Christmas market in the courtyard, and as we were leaving, I gazed through the gate and thought, this looks a bit like Mr. Darcy's Pemberley house. But I reminded myself that there were so many manor homes in the UK, and I was being a manor home racist. But it turns out, it was Mr. Darcy's Pemberley house. I was at Chatsworth House, and I didn't know because we came in through a different village named like Baslow or something. So when I was like, haha, I'm Mr. Darcy coming out of the mist, I was where Mr. Darcy was, and I didn't know. They even have a gift shop where you can buy a Mr. Darcy bust of him for a cool $185. And thus ends my tale of romance and tragedy. Now, you might have noticed I have a pair of antlers on in quite a few shots in this video, and that's because I was here during Christmas time. And I gotta say, we went from Leicester to Sheffield to Nottingham. There was so much cheer going on. The town squares were beautifully decorated. I mean, look at these disco vibes. There were pop-up alpine cabins that looked legit. Nottingham had a full-out Christmas fair going on with ice skating above me, which was wacky. And there was mulled wine everywhere. Like, even when you went into a pub, they'd have a crock pot brimming with wine.
And bye. Happy Christmas.
I have to say, considering the UK can sometimes come across as a little bit grumpy, Christmas cheer was in abundance, and I had a fantastic time. They even decorated their houses with lights.
It's a bit sad that you don't have any snow for the light to shine through.
But I think you guys did your best. 10 out of 10 would recommend the UK for Christmas vibes. Now at this point, if you're still watching, you might be wondering, Martina, where's all the food? We actually have so much food footage that we decided to make an entirely separate video dedicated to British food. It's going to be a deep dive investigation into, is British food terrible? You'll just have to subscribe and hit that little notification bell in order to find out, because you're never going to find my channel again. It's going to be lost in the ocean of YouTube videos all about drama. Well, I hope you enjoyed my observations of the UK. Please leave your comments and criticisms, and I'll be sure to get back to you after the beep. Oh, and I think Giles and Mary had one last thing to say.
So remember to use the quick response code
Very good, Nutty.
on the screen now. Which screen are we talking about?
I think that hopefully has not offended anybody.
I really do like Giles and Mary.
I think they're great.